And I'm glad you enjoyed the interview with your sister on Undeniable.
Okay, now I know you're my boy, and I love you, and I hit you, and I said this, but I want everyone to know this. If you have not watched Undeniable, when you interviewed Cheryl Dean, it was arguably the best interview I've seen, not necessarily because it was my sister, but you brought out things in her. Because as athletes, a lot of times when we sit down in that chair, there are certain things you want to get out there, and there's certain things you're trying to suppress. You don't want to come out. You brought everything out. You brought every emotion out. And I hit you and said it was the best interview I've ever seen someone do on Cheryl. And you took her there. So it was fabulous. I love you. You're my boy. And a lot of times I give you stuff about certain things, but in terms of interviewing people and doing your research and bringing it out, you brought it out. You brought it out.
Thank you, Reg. But I was interested on how you thought I handled it because, you know, it's delicate because we're talking about your mom, talking about your dad. She's emotional.
My dad's tough. My dad was tough, and you're right. You know, look, she made you cry. You had to reach over and get tissue. She had you tearing up.
I know.
And it's funny. You don't want to repeat the circle of life. It's funny. I was at my son's. He's in T-ball. Right, baseball, and you know my dad was so hard on us, and I'm watching him, and you have to take a step back. You know, I'm not going to be that dad, and there's times for it. There's times to be critical, but I let him do what he needs to do what he wants. He needs to find his own path. I'll give him every instruction if he wants it. If he comes to me and asks me what, but until that, I can't do it.
Yep.
And it's not an indictment on my dad because that's how most of us have become and gotten to the level where we are now. And I think Cheryl highlighted that. But there's other times when you just need to be a 5.5-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, and just, you know, have fun.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.